Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I don't think I've done a reading for you before, so I like to explain real quick. Excuse me, I have a cigarette cough. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. So I try to describe the picture the best that I can because they never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they say or show. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind and you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. Go, I know what she's talking about. So this is not an exact science. So we communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit, and they won't give me a lot of details. They'll give me just enough, so hopefully you'll understand what she's talking about. She's over here babbling. So anyway, just keep all that in mind. So I love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. No, it did not hurt. It doesn't work that way. I love you, Mom. I'm so sorry. She's sorry about something that happened after she left. Something that's... see if I can get her to explain a little more. Something somebody said to you, something somebody did to you. She said, as far as things happen perfectly the way they were supposed to happen. And what I've, in my experience, what I've been told, what I've been shown is we plan on an exit point before we get here. We determine an exit point. It could be when you're 1 day old, can be when you're 100 years old. The timeline can waver depending on what's going on with people around them, how it will influence them, impact them. It's kind of hard to explain. So this was her timeline. I don't know that this was determined how she would leave before she got here, but it's just the way it works. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but that's what they've told me. So she says perfectly orchestrated, the whole thing. I love what you did after I left. I love helping people. She's got this very loving energy, very sweet, soft energy, calm, peaceful. She says not only something you did specifically concerning her, but also, even though you probably still have her things, but some of her things, maybe did you give something special, a piece of jewelry or something to somebody very close to her? You're wearing something of hers. Ring, a bracelet, something, a necklace, something, piece of jewelry, but also you gave a piece of jewelry to somebody. She said it means a lot to them. Now, I don't think she's been gone very long. When you're in really, really deep grief, it's hard for them to get signs through to you, and which makes no sense to me because that's when you really need them. So it almost like puts a wall up until you start coming out of that a little bit, and then you'll start seeing and hearing more signs, probably. She says you've smelled her. You've smelled her. You smelled her shampoo, like when she had just washed her hair or something. She's kind of holding her hair out, so the smell, something about the smell of her hair. You have smelled that, and you might just get a little whiff of it. And you can be in your car, in the store, outside, sitting on your couch. It doesn't matter where you're at. When you get these signs, validate her, acknowledge her, let her know that you know that's her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more. Give her permission to bring you more signs. Not beg. She says not beg. Just ask. And eventually, if you don't see them now, eventually they'll start just popping through. And it helps to acknowledge them and let them know you know that's them. It kind of like opens a door. And they get excited and they go, I'm getting through, I'm getting through. So just know that will increase eventually. Something about like scratching on a wall. If you hear something, and usually when these things come through, usually they're not real loud. And actually, I ask them not to because they make some big loud bang. It scares the bejeebies out of people, and then they think their house is haunted when it's just their loved one. Something about us like scratching her fingernails on the wall or something. So there'll be a little scratching noise. And you'll probably be sitting on the couch kind of zoned out. Usually you're not in the same room when it happens. I don't know why. Or you've got your back turned. It's usually not when you're looking right at it. But not always. Ruffling the bed covers. Don't know if she's ruffling her bed covers, your bed covers. Something about, so pay attention to the bed. If you leave the room and the bedspread looks one way and you come back and it looks like it's been a little mussed up or it's a little crooked or something, know that that's her. Again, validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more. Mom, I know you're hurting. Please. Didn't catch it all. Hang on. Please don't cry for me. I am perfect. In every sense of the word, I am perfect. Now we need to help you get perfect. I'm here for you. Call out my name. I will promise you 1,000%. She can hear you. She can see you. Talk to her all you want to. When I asked my medium friend, I said, so does Rob hear me when I'm talking to him? And she goes, yeah, until you get to be brrr, and you won't quit, and he shut you off for a little bit. They hear you, I promise. You just can't hear and see them. Always. Okay, she says, let me help you with your slipper. And she showed me like house slippers. Or maybe it's just some easy to slip on shoe that's real soft. But she says slippers. And, okay. So she shows me you like sitting somewhere and you've got your legs crossed and you've got that one foot up in the air. And I don't know if your slipper keeps sliding off or doesn't stay on right or something. And she's actually trying to push it back on your foot. So if you feel that slipper move, if it just seems to slide on your foot, if that foot up in the air gets really, really warm, tingly, like goosebumps, anything like that, I don't know how you will feel her energy, or if you've had something like this just happen. She might be validating that she already did it. Know that that's her. Validate her. And good grief. And it usually doesn't work just sitting there crossing your legs and going, do it now. Usually it doesn't work that way. It's kind of like when you're calm and zoned out. And it usually happens out of the blue. I always say usually because I never know for sure what they're going to do, what they can accomplish. I will say the movie Ghost is the closest thing that I've seen to what we actually do and how it works. And when you've got Patrick Swayze in the subway thing with the spirit and he's teaching him how to flick the bottle cap and kick the can, sometimes it takes them a little bit to learn how to move things without a body. They do it with their energy. The only thing about that movie that is not true, in my experience, is the demons that come and get you. I've never seen anything close to that come and drag those bad guys off. The rest of the movie's pretty close. So know that it could take her a little bit, because I feel like her passing is recent, to get some things accomplished. You're doing something in memory of her. Are you setting up like a fund for money for some kids, or you're setting up something? She's not being very clear about it. Setting up some kind of memorial thing in memory of her that's going to benefit somebody, a young person. And she's clapping her hands. She's very excited over it. She says, do it. She says, help a child this Christmas. She's all about wanting her, excuse me, wanting her life, her name, to still continue to go towards something good for a young person or a child. She's a very, very giving, very, very awesome girl. Her energy is just. She mentioned, can't talk today. Maybe I need newer teeth. She's mentioning sheep. Don't know why. Hopefully that resonates with you. If not, keep it in mind. Did she or somebody very, very close to her, or maybe yourself, have the COVID? She's mentioning COVID being nasty stuff. And I don't think she's talking about in general. I think she's talking about somebody really close around her. Okay, she's shown me some kind of a blanket, and it's draped over the back of a chair, just kind of thrown over the back of the chair. Don't know if that's exact or if she's just showing it that way. I hear the word Afghan, but what she's showing me is a quilt like my grandmother would have made, like actual quilting with your hands. Quilt that was homemade. Not sure why she's referencing that. I think she's trying to validate that it's her. She's talking about you having to write a lot of checks. A lot of checks for different things. I'm assuming to pay for expenses and stuff. She says, don't worry about it because you will be paid back tenfold. You are going to have things come in to replace that. So don't worry about the money part of it. Relax. It will be okay. I know things are hard right now. She says, take care of Chi Chi. Now, we stink at names. Don't know why. Used to get them exact, don't anymore. So that's one of those things you may have to stretch outside the box a little bit. So somebody, I'm assuming could be a nickname, um, Chi Chi. So something that sounds similar, or at least with a CH. She says, "You look beautiful, Mom. I want you to go wash your face, wash your hair, comb your hair, pick your head up, get dressed, and get out of the house." It's what I would want. And I'm asking you to. I'm asking you to be happy for me because I'm good. Hang on, I can't see who this is. She's saying, "I heard every word you said. Every single word. Pinky swear. I promise." So something that you were saying to her towards the end or right after she left, and she promises. She heard it, and she will let you know. There's an older lady stepping forward, staying in the background. It's not her time. I need to quit smoking. Um, she's saying, "Grandma's keeping me in line." I don't know if she's talking about your grandma or her grandma. And I usually say grandmother type figure because the little lady next door can feel more like a grandmother than your real blood related grandmother that lives clear across the country that you hardly know. So it's that type of grandmotherly feeling. She's a little bit plump, older when she passed, but I wouldn't say elderly. So she's with her. All right. There's also a man with her, and this is going to sound a little strange. He smells nice, but he also smells of cigarette smoke. So I can't tell how old he is. Did she have a grandfather, or maybe you had a grandfather that felt more like a father, that did more things for you like a father would than a grandfather? You know what I mean? That relationship. He's very quiet, at least he is now. Um, he's standing right beside her. He goes, "Not my time to talk," but he's right there with her. She saw, and I hear most of them say this, when she left, there was a very beautiful, loving angel. And if you've heard anybody have a near death experience and they say, they leave and they don't want to come back, it's that beautiful from what I've heard. So she she just felt that way. It just felt that way. It was a very beautiful experience. She's shown me, okay, so when she left and she saw this beautiful angel, and then they're showing me silhouettes of people. And when they do that, it's to let me know that there was many that she knew waiting for her, but it doesn't matter who they are at this point. It's like one, I can see the grandmother in one of the figures. I can see this man. This man, the grandfather, fatherly type person, nicely dressed. They're being quiet. So those were some of the figures, plus there was many more that obviously don't need to be mentioned at this time. She loved the dress. She loved she You showed me a pink dress. She loved the dress. I don't know if this is something, I don't know if you buried her. Something about the dress. Something about, and she showed me a pink one. Doesn't have to be pink, but probably is. Now it's time for you to do for you. You've been doing for others. Hugs are healing. So are tears. And I feel like there's a saying in there somewhere that she used to say. Something in there. And she's mentioning Aunt Martha. Now, again, don't forget, we stink at names. Don't know why. The more I say it, the worse I get. So it's an aunt with an M name. Don't know if it's your aunt, her aunt. That she's acknowledging. Let the fur fly. Are you squabbling with somebody? Now, I don't know that she's referring to this aunt. Let the fur fly. Don't back down. None of their business. She's laughing hysterically. She says, now there's more hot water in the house. It's her show. She can say whatever she wants within reason. So did she used to run the hot water tank out when she was in the bathroom? She's joking about it. I love you, Mom. I want you to know that love never dies. You're a blessing to me. You taught me how to love, and you taught me how to be kind. And for that, I am grateful. Don't forget those key points. Keep that in your heart, because it's all that matters. Okay, now she's coming up and trying to whisper in my right ear. Doesn't have to be the right ear, but that's just the side she's standing on. Sometimes it makes a difference. And she's whispering. So you should hear this. And once again, it'll probably be, it could be if you're having a bad moment, or it could be usually when you're kind of zoned out, like maybe staring blankly at the TV, and you might hear pss, 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 pss. Your ear might get real hot. Yeah, it could feel like pins sticking you when they try to get my attention, and I'm not really not paying attention, and they really want my attention. It feels like pins sticking me in a spot. If it hurts, tell her so. But anyway, your ear might get real hot. It'll be in one ear. I had tinnitus, both ears ring, but when one ear rings, then I pay attention. It could, anyway, it could sound like muttering, buzzing, not sure how you're going to hear it, and when she does this, but she's trying to, it'd probably be more like, pss, pss, pss. Anyway, so when she does this, and you can't understand her, tell her that. Let her know because she needs to change her frequency level. So just tell her, I can't understand you. Lower your frequency. She's trying to say, I love you, Mom, in your ear. So know that if you get any of those sensations and only on one side, sometimes we hear with telepathic ears. We do have ears up here. We can talk without speaking. You don't have to talk to her out loud. She can hear you. Something about Cheerios. You know, if she liked to eat Cheerios or she spilled Cheerios. Something about Cheerios. I want to see you smile. Don't feel guilty when you do. That's what I want. Remember to love the ones you're with while you can. And she's like overly shocked at the response of, say it again, the response from so many people. It's the amount of people that were so overwhelmingly, I don't know why I say in love with her. I don't think in love is the right word. That loved her. She said in love with her. So many people loved her more than she knew. Okay, anything that happens to me during a reading is for you. And my phone keeps dinging. Little ding. I don't know if you can hear that. My phone might be too far away. Ding, ding. It's not like a bell tinkling. It's ding. Now, if you've got that set on your phone, that may not count. But you could be walking through the store and hear a ding, or driving down the road and you hear something on the side of the road go ding. That's a sign from her. So keep that in mind. Again, validate her. Tell her you love her. Ask her to bring you more. Now she's singing, You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So go Google the words of that song. There's something in there for you, and you may hear this song just pop up out of nowhere. You might be flipping channels and somebody might be singing it, or it could come on your radio. Know that that's still another sign from her. She's either sending or getting ready to send all these signs. So just keep your eyes and ears peeled. She said it's a different relationship. It's a relationship, but it's a different relationship. We will adjust. We will make it work. I love you, Mom. And this man is still standing beside her. So she's in good hands. She said, don't forget. And then I can't hear what's after that. Don't forget. Don't forget the magic. I don't know what she's referring to. Hopefully you do. She says, okay, she's going to go for now. Keep the hugs going. And she didn't say more. Okay, with that, they are all three leaving. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for being patient. I'm always booked up for at least a week. So, or so. Anyway, much love to you. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice. She's very sweet, very calm, very loving energy. Very, very much so. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.